Meta ba kamo? O ito ang meta namin laban sa inyo? Yan ang nasabi ng TNCZ4 as they take game number 1 against the defending champions, Echo Proud. Magandang buhay, Auntie Nara. At narito tayo sa post-analyst segments to all break it down. Kaya naman kung titignan natin ang ating naging MVP of the match, makikita natin kung paano naging maganda yung performance ng side ng TNCZ4 and multiple times we have been mentioning kung paanong nagsashine yung lineup na meron ang TNCZ4 come the early up until the mid part of the game. Kaya naman ang ating MVP is none other than Ajay na nakita nating naglaro not just in the XP lane but also in the gold lane playing fighter heroes. This Benedetta was one of the key factors as to why TNCZ4 kept their momentum all throughout the match. Nakita natin na kung hindi nagsisplit push si Ajay, nakikisama siya sa clash and kaya naman nagkaroon ng ability yung mga hukbo na kontrolin yung mapa, kunin lahat ng objectives and later on translate that into turret as well as kills. And ito naman yung pwede nating banggitin on the side of Echo Proud. Yung lineup na meron sila, the Harith as well as the Nolan and the Aizawa's hero, maganda naman talaga yung lineup na yon in terms of the late game. However, binanggit natin kung papaanong nagsashine yung lineup na meron yung TNCZ4 with not just 1, 2, 3, but almost 4 kung i-consider natin na fighter yung Benedetta, na fighters. And ibig sabihin nun, malakas talaga silang makipagbalagbagan and team fight in terms of the early up until the mid part of the game. Kaya lang, yung late game win condition na meron dito yung side ng Echo Proud, hindi na nila na-achieve mostly because of the fact na alam ng TNCZ4 na merong duration yung kanilang lineup. Ibig sabihin, kailangan nilang madaliin yung game, kailangan nilang panalunin yung mga team fight na meron sila and later on, kailangan nilang i-ensure na kaya nilang selyuhan yung game habang hindi pa nagkakaroon ng ability yung side ng Echo Proud na bumawi. Again, as we have been mentioning, this Noveria as well as the Harith are both very good in the late game. In fact, nakikita naman natin kung paano na unti-unting nagsashine yung Harith ni Yuktzi as well as kung paano hindi nabibigyan yung Noveria ni Aizawa. However, it was just that the momentum was too much for the side of Echo Proud for the Orcas na hindi na nila napigilan na mag-fall off towards the latter part of the game. And also, hindi nag-hesitate yung side ng TNCZ4 na bigyan yung mga frontliners ng side ng Echo Proud. Kaya kung titignan natin ang ating mga naging emblem builds as well as mga naging item builds, makikita natin kung papaano nga ba kinapitalize ng side ng hukbo yung composition na meron sila. Again, as we have been mentioning, the MDL Philippines Season 3 right now is the battle of the metas. And binanggit kanina ni Joshi na yung meta is the most effective and efficient tactic available. Usually, lahat ng mga tao nakakapag-fit sa meta but depending on the team, nagbabago at nahuhubog yung meta na meron tayo. And for the side of TNCZ4, alam nila kung paano nila pagaganahin yung meta na meron sila and alam nila kung paano itatranslate yon into wins, which is why for game number 1 at the very least, Echo Proud was left helpless. Again, babalikan natin ang winning condition dito ng Echo Proud ay ma-ensure na meron ng enough build si Aizawa and Yuktzi. Tapos, ma-protect ni James and Disanti Sucre yung mga kakampi nila na damage dealers and then hindi nila hayaan na yung TNCZ4 yung magsiset ng momentum in the match. However, ang nangyari ay walang pakialam yung TNCZ4 sa frontliners kasi they were sure na kayang-kaya nilang i-burst down. Binanggit ni Qwerty kanina na baka magkulang ng damage output yung TNCZ4 and that's very true come the later parts of the game. However, kaya hindi sila nagkulang ng damage output is because hindi sila nag-hesitate na mag-build ng ng damage dependent builds for the side of the Benedetta, even for the Guinevere, na so far in this tournament, every time ma-open yung Guinevere, si G lang yung gumagamit ng Guinevere na naka-pure magic damage build. Kung mapapansin nyo, even in last week's performance, ganun talaga yung ginagawa niya. Kaya naman, kahit papaano, towards the middle part of the game, kung saan unti-unti nang nagpo-fall off supposedly yung damage ng ating mga fighters, hindi na natin nakikita yon kasi nga naman, hindi na nagkakaroon ng ability yung Echo Proud na mag-farm ng resources because the moment na nakita ng TNCZ4 na malawak na yung lead nila, Fini-freeze nila yung match, ay fini-freeze nila yung mga lanes, and then later on, naghanap sila ng fight without ensuring na nakakakuha ng resources dito yung side ng Echo Proud. Naging maganda naman yung parehas na balagbagan for both of our teams. It's just that in this specific game, TNCZ4 triumphs over Echo Proud for game number 1. But of course, alam naman natin na Echo Proud is still the defending champion. Nakita natin yung glimpse ng hope na meron dito yung Orca, and that's to extend up until the late. But then, kailangan nating makita na i-regain ng mga Orca yung kanilang Echo Express. But of course, gusto kong marinig ang thoughts ng aking co-casters. Kaya naman, Joshi and Courtney, kumusta kayo dyan? 2 is better than 1? Wrong. 2-0 is better than none. Yan ang pinakita sa atin ng TNCZ4 as they sweep the defending champions Echo Proud. Magandang buhay! Auntie Naira, this is the post-analyst segment, and here, himayin natin kung ano nga ba ang nangyari sa serye sa pagitan ng TNCZ4 at Echo Proud. Kaya naman, let's break it down. Kung papansinin natin, makikita natin kung gaano naging kaganda ang performance ng side ng TNCZ4 for games 1 and 2. And I guess this is a no-brainer. Our MVP of the match is none other than G. Nakita natin sa kung papaano siya mala Spider-Man, malamika sa Ackerman, or even Levi all throughout the map with his Fanny. Nakita natin kung gaano naging kaganda yung performance niya because one, hindi siya napipigilan ng side ng Echo Proud in terms of getting the purple buff, and two, lagi siyang late pumapasok. So to everyone out there who's watching right now, if alam mo na lahat ng mga miyembro ng iyong kalaban ay madaming crowd control, this is a Vexana, a Paquito, Martis even, and even a Grok, lagi mong huling papasukin yun, lalo't lalo na kung assassin ka na madaling mahuli. That way, ma-exhaust muna lahat ng crowd controls ng kalaban, and the only time that they'll be able to catch you ay kapag nag-cooldown na yun, which is a few seconds more bago mo sila ma-burst down. Etong part na to, ang reason why nabuhay si G is because malaki pa yung buhay niya and na-burn yung lethal ignition niya, which is why Yuk TZ was easily killed. However, props pa rin naman to Echo Proud kasi again, in a way, this is a better performance coming from game number 1 kung saan parehas scaling yung position 4 as well as gold laner nila. However, in this game, sobrang similar lang yung ginawa dito ng side ng TNCZ4 wherein kinapitalize nila yung lead na meron sila, binigyan nila ng binigyan yung ultimate fighter natin which is si James, and later on, hindi na nagkaroon ng ability yung side ng Echo Proud to respond. Again, a relatively better performance because ang ganda ng pagkakapili doon sa Vexana as well as Claude. However, hindi lang masyadong nag-work kasi nga alam ng side ng TNCZ4 kung papaano sila magre-respond sa lineup na meron dito yung Echo Proud. Ang ganda din ng pagkakapick ng Gord as well as noong Cho ni Kyurem, and alam nila kung sino yung dapat nilang i-target at the right time. And kung makikita natin, no, all throughout the match, nakita natin kung papaanong si James, the ultimate fighter, ang binibigyan doon ni Kyurem. But kung titignan din natin ang emblem builds natin, mapapansin natin na wala namang kakaiba dito sa emblem builds na ginawa ng TNCZ4. If any, ang pinakakakaiba lang dito ay yung pag-build ni Ajay ng Brave Smite as well as ng fighter emblem in terms of using that ruby in the gold lane. Kasi kung mapapansin natin, usually gumagamit ng assassin emblem as well as ng killing spree, if any, yung mga ruby to ensure na magde-deal sila ng maximum damage. However, Ajay trusts his teammate, specifically G, na meron silang enough damage capability, meron silang enough burst damage towards their enemies. Kaya naman, hindi niya masyadong minayin yun. And kung papansinin din natin, no, maganda naman yung mga setups dito ni Santi Sucre with this Grok. However, mas nagiging maganda and mabilis yung rotation na ginagawa ng mga kawal, which is why ang ending ay nagre-respond na lang merely yung Echo Proud doon na sa place na ginagawa ng TNC Z4. Laging nagiging threat si G kasi again, kung babalikan natin yung minimension ko kanina, hindi siya naaagawan ng purple buff. And as a Fanny user, that's really what you want. Na walang gumugulo sa'yo sa purple buff and ini-ensure na makakampi mo na nakakahuli sila ng pick-off anytime na hindi ka pa ready. Kyurem and Vin are all monumental in doing that, in ensuring na kahit papaano si Sharp lumalamang sa lane niya and si Vin kayang-kaya niyang i-burst down even Santi Sucre in this Grok. Which is why 2-0 ang nangyari sa side ng TNCZ4 and what a very wonderful showing considering na they swept the defending champions and pinakita nila just what they are made of as well as their meta. But of course, I want to hear more from my co-casters. Kaya naman, Kurti and Joshi Cake, what's up there?